Welcome to my Parade Master boss guide for the Lies of P. This boss feels a lot like a parry test boss, so players that enjoy those types of games may well feel at home here, and in fact probably most of you will have performed way better than I will have in this video. During the first half of the fight, the Parade Master has fairly easy to read moves that are well telegraphed. You'll see him winding up, and it shouldn't be too difficult for you to get to grips with timing the parry here. Aim to get the perfect parry, but keep your guard button held and aim to be early rather than late if you are going to fail this. This is going to mitigate some of the damage and allows you to recover some of the chip damage, similar to how this happens in Bloodborne. I feel like this is something the game didn't explain very well for me, so just in case you don't realize this, if you block damage, you can recover the chip damage by attacking within a certain amount of time. So use that to your advantage here if that's something that you need to use. During the first phase, the belly flop is the easiest to read and is a great time to be getting lots of damage in. But don't rely on this in the later phases because sometimes he'll combo this into like a weird spinning attack. So just bear that in mind. But then sometimes he doesn't use it, so sometimes you do want to get in there, get a couple of free hits in the second phase. During the first phase, you can keep to the left. This will help you avoid some of the Parade Master's right arm thrust attacks, but I advise not doing this as this can turn into a habit, and during the second phase the boss is going to have like a reset animation and you'll be in the perfect place where this reset animation just hits you a lot, so it can get quite annoying. So I definitely advise not doing that. Once you get enough of the perfect guards in, you're going to see that the boss's health will get kind of turned bold and start to glow. This is obviously our window for a charge heavy attack, so make sure you get this in so you can have the critical blow. This can take a large chunk of the health away and significantly make the fight easier for you. Once under half health, the boss will drop its cage off its back and modify itself a little bit. During this time, highly advise repairing your weapon so you don't have to do it during the second phase or carry two weapons as equip load is a thing. The second half is significantly more difficult as the boss becomes way more aggressive, has much longer combos that are way harder to read. Same thing goes along here. Unfortunately, you just kind of need to learn how they feel and get the blocks off and the parries off as and when you kind of see them incoming. Some things to note though, the belly flop can now be comboed as I said earlier, so be careful with this one. But when he uses it, still go in and get one or two free hits and then just make sure you back off out of it to avoid taking damage. One of the best ways to get damage in the second phase is with the overhead slam. Once he does the overhead slam, if you back off a little bit, he'll charge at you with a glowing red attack and try to do a second slam. Make this one miss, and you can get an easy 2-3 hits in during this particular attack animation that he uses. And if you can perfect parry the guy enough, you can, in fact, take the head off of its weapon that it's using to increase its range. As I said earlier, avoid hugging its left, so you're going to want to be rotating around to your right if you do want to rotate around the boss. Otherwise, every time he kind of like shakes his hand a little bit, that counts as an attack for some reason and is going to hit and do damage to you. These are all of my notes after fighting the Parade Master. If you have your own methods, your own cheese, please let us know down in the comments. I'm sure lots of people will find that helpful, and I'll catch you all in the next video.